Um, Tebow and the Denver Broncos. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I'm not really the biggest fan of Tim Tebow throwing the football, but he's a great leader. He's a great guy. Definitely the type of guy that you want your daughter to bring home and say, I'm marrying this guy. Definitely a good guy. Cannot take that from him. I really think it's a travesty that people are joking with him going down on one knee and praying after he makes a good play. I think it's a very classy move, and I think it's very unclassy for the league to be call it Tebowing. I think it's really just classless, tasteless, not tactful. I mean, it's awful. So Tim Tebow, my hats go off to you, guy, for being a great guy in a not so great world. But Tim Tebow's not a great quarterback. He only completed 2 passes yesterday. And those 2 passes, one of them was a touchdown. Absolutely dynamic throw. I mean, you cannot take the throw away from the guy. The guy, like it was great. It looked like a Brady type throw. They didn't complete a pass until the third quarter. But Tim Tebow's winning. He's 3-1. Can you argue with that? No. And you can't argue with. I mean, there's just a lot of different. I have a lot of different feelings about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna attack them now. I feel that Tim Tebow is getting an opportunity to play quarterback, and I really agree with them. Hey, he was a first round pick, put him in the game. Kyle Orton was better as a quarterback, but he wasn't getting the job done, and Tim Tebow is getting the job done as a leader. But that goes to my point, my next point, in which I may not make a lot of people happy, but it has to be said. There have been numerous black quarterbacks that have come into the NFL, numerous black quarterbacks that have come into the NFL that's been forced to change position due to the fact that they could not throw the ball or did not have the proper mechanics. If Tim Tebow's getting his shot to play NFL quarterback, why aren't other athletes of different cultures, I'll say, for lack of better words, African American quarterbacks are not getting the same opportunity to prove that they can win in the NFL? Vince Young was winning in Tennessee, regardless of how ugly that they were. Vince Young was winning games. And that's not just because I'm a Texas alum, it's because it's just what I feel. But they were quick to get him out of there and put Kerry Collins in the game because they didn't feel like he was playing the NFL quarterback position the way that it needs to be played. There are a lot of people that do not agree with Tim Tebow is the best choice at quarterback in Denver. But I'm going to say this. As long as the kid's winning, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, that team's playing inspired football, and they're in second place in their division. So if you take this kid out now because he's not completing passes, what are you showing the team? That playing quarterback in the NFL is way more important than winning? Because at the end of the day, I think that Fox is more concerned with winning games than he's going to be about who's the better quarterback. The fans may have been right on this one. Put Tebow in the game. He's winning. And I really feel like Tim Tebow is doing a great job at doing what he does best, which is being a leader and making plays. And at this point right now, you can't fault Tim Tebow for other black quarterbacks not getting an opportunity to play. But I will say this, and this is a direct shot at Jon Gruden. If you're going to come out of retirement to help Tim Tebow develop his throwing, you need to do that for every other quarterback that comes out of the league, regardless of his color, regardless of what's wrong with him. If you're going to work on his mechanics, you need to start a quarterback camp that fixes all these players' mechanics so they all have an equal shot at playing quarterback in the NFL. Because honestly, to me, Pat White is still a better quarterback than Tim Tebow. But Pat White did not get an opportunity to show that he could be a quarterback because they only used him in wildcat situations down in Miami. And there's no way that you're going to tell me that Moore, the quarterback there now, Moore or Chad Henne is a better quarterback or a proven leader or winner is more of that than Pat White was. So Denard Robinson would not play quarterback in the NFL. It doesn't matter about how dynamic of a player he was or what he's doing at Michigan. He's not going to play quarterback in the NFL. Why? Because of the reasons that I just highlighted for you that were the problems with Tim Tebow. Denard Robinson, Jason Campbell, getting snatched. I mean, he's played great. I heard someone say on an interview that Tim Tebow's a better quarterback than Cam Newton. Mike, you see me pulling my ear about that because I just got frustrated that that was even said. But it just seems like to me, and this is from a lot of people that I talk to on Twitter or talk to in real life, that this is the problem that they have with the whole Tebow thing. So, Tim, keep doing your thing. I'm glad that you're winning, man. You're a great guy. Keep it up. But at the same time, NFL GMs, NFL coaches, please take a look at this because it's really taking away the game from a lot of great quarterbacks of different ethnicities that can do the same thing. Um, I'll just say one thing about Indianapolis. You guys are bad. And if you guys are really intentionally stinking it up to get Andrew Luck, I have absolutely no respect for your organization. I think that it's a very bad move. Caldwell lost possibly the greatest on-field coach to ever play. Dallas Clark's hurt. Reggie Wayne has nobody to throw him the ball. They have no running game. The defense is on the field too much. They're getting beat because they're on the field so much. I mean, it's just an ugly situation. They made Blaine Gabbert look like he should have been the first pick in the draft, in which I do not agree with. But hey, that's the way it's looking. I think I'm going to end the NFL segment off on this note. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, big Philadelphia Eagles fan. But I guarantee you this, just like I said last week on the radio show, on Sports Talk Radio that I was on at UAB with Ryan and Daniel, um, the Eagles did not have Deshaun Jackson. No Deshaun Jackson equals no offense. They could not get the ball going down the field because they did not have a deep threat. Steve Smith was dropping passes. Jason Avant was the number 2 receiver because Macklin was out. Andy Reid, I understand that you were believing in what you believe in, which is, hey, he missed the meeting, he can't play. But I'm telling you this now, the Eagles' season is over. At 3-6, I just don't see them having the firepower defensively to stay in that division with the Cowboys winning yesterday and as well as the Giants losing yesterday. The Giants still have a pretty good lead over that division. So you're not really going to sell me on the fact that we're going to end up in the playoffs this season. I think a big part of the problem, there are many problems going on in Philadelphia, but the big problem is that our offense is playing absolutely great football and our defense can't stop a nosebleed when it counts in the clutch. And in the fourth quarter, the Eagles are playing, they're third in the league in the first 3 quarters of scoring. And in the fourth quarter, they're 30th. Like, you cannot have that type of discrepancy because in the NFL, most games are going to be close. These guys are all good. But when you can't close out games, this is what's going to happen. 5 of the Eagles' 6 losses have come in the fourth quarter after they've had a lead. What team do you know is going to win games like that? The Eagles could easily be, right now, we could be looking at the Eagles being 8-1, maybe 7-2. I mean, San Francisco forces a fumble late. I mean, it's just numerous different situations that are happening. I don't know. It's just being an Eagles fan is frustrating in a sense because you're looking at all this talent that we have on the roster. I don't feel that Ronnie Brown's being effectively utilized enough. Ronnie Brown's a great dual threat. He can throw the football. Marty Morningweg has a fantastic offensive scheme. Brent Selleck's more involved this year. Jeremy Macklin was having a fantastic season until the fumble at the end of the game against the 49ers, the drop pass against the Falcons, the slip against who did he slip against last week? I'll think of it in a second, but I mean, it's just been frustrating, man, to be an Eagles fan right now. Definitely going to keep up the hope for the Eagles this year as far as with being a better football team. But I really do think our season's over. Vic can't stay healthy. Mike, please slide. Please start sliding. Because, I mean, if you don't, man, it's just only going to get worse. But the one good thing about it is that we may actually be able to have a great back. Great draft pick. So who knows, man? Maybe we make a move to get a possession receiver because the little guys we have on the outside are getting roughed up. I don't think I'm going to end it on that. I think I'm going to go into the New England game before I leave off of the NFL. Tom Brady, Tom Magnificent, as a lot of people like to call him. What Belichick's doing in New England is absolutely great. Amazing what he's doing. Definitely making adjustments at the half, going to the hurry up offense with Brady, taking them out of their exotic blitz schemes and making them play base defense and letting Brady just pick it apart. Great coaching. Game tonight, we got Green Bay and Minnesota. Don't think Minnesota's going to just lay down because Green Bay's defense has been playing like crap this year. But when you have Aaron Rodgers 24-3, as far as with the touchdown to interception ratio, you can survive off of it. This is the end of the NFL segment. After we come back, we'll just go over a few things and then we'll let it go. Kerry Thompson, Fourth and Inches Magazine Podcast.